I'm going to give you some practical advice on becoming the man you want to be. So, I like to call this character design. And the reason I call it that is because that's really exactly what it is. You know, as we're growing up and as we get into adulthood, we think about ourselves in many different ways. And we think about self-identity as a sense of, how do I find my purpose? How do I find who I'm truly meant to be? And the fact of the matter is, you don't find who you're truly meant to be. You choose who you truly want to be. And that's a concept that people have a really hard time understanding. So we're going to try to break it down very simply today. So we want to talk about character design. Instead of finding yourself, what you're going to do is build yourself into the man that you want to become. You're going to look at other men that you admire, other men that you want to be like, so that you can start to learn some of the things that they have learned, and you can start to model your behavior after what they're doing. Now, this isn't copying. You're going to take little things from one person, little things from another person, and you're going to combine the things that you like and get rid of the things that you don't like. You may like some of the things that I talk about, and other things you may not agree with. That's okay. Use what you like and get rid of the rest, right? So as an example, I'm a huge James Bond fan. I grew up watching James Bond movies, and as I grew up and as I became an adult, I always thought like, okay, yeah, James Bond's cool. It would be awesome to be James Bond, but I'm not James Bond, and I'll never be him. But that was the wrong way to think about it. The right way to think about it is, what do I like about James Bond? I like that he is stylish, okay? That he looks good in pretty much anything that he wears, whether it's a full tuxedo or something as simple as swim trunks, swim shorts, or a polo shirt, right? There's the iconic video, there's the iconic scene in the early James Bond movie, can't remember which one it is Sean Connery on the beach coming out of the water in the polo shirt, and he's rescuing the girl, right? And he just looked masculine, and he looked like the man in whatever he wore. Now, why was that the case? Number one, he dressed well and dressed appropriate for his age. Number two, he was in great shape. So what I can do is I can take those two things and I can say, okay, every couple years, I need to adapt and evolve what my wardrobe should look like based on where I'm at in my life, what field of business I am, so on and so forth. Now, the second thing I need to do is I need to get in the best physical shape I could possibly be in, because if someone in shape is wearing a t-shirt and jeans and white tennis shoes, they're gonna look better than a guy who's 300 pounds in a tuxedo. That's just the fact of the matter. People are going to be more drawn to the fit guy in the t-shirt than the fat guy in the tuxedo, right? What are some other things that I found attractive about Bond as an image, as a symbol? His capableness. I like that he was capable to do things in so many different areas, whether it was shooting, fighting, skiing, sailing a boat. It didn't really matter what situation you put Bond in. He could adapt, evolve, and he had a skill set to be able to overcome whatever obstacles were in his way. You could throw in driving. He's an excellent driver, right? So when you think about that capableness, you just have to start to think, okay, if I want to be more like Bond, I want to be more capable, then I need to start learning skills that will make me a more capable man, i.e. the fighting, i.e. the shooting, right? i.e. the driving. Maybe you get your pilot's license. Maybe you learn to sail, so on and so forth. Ski, snowboard, whatever the case may be, whatever it is that you want to learn, martial arts, you go and do that. Learn an instrument, so on and so forth. But you want a skill stack. You want to start building up all of your skills and building up all of these things that will make you a more capable man. Now, the next thing is confidence, right? Bond has absolute confidence in every situation, no matter who he's in front of, whether it's a big bad guy like Dr. No, or it's a beautiful woman, right? It doesn't matter. He's confident in any situation that he finds himself in. And the reason he's confident is because he knows he's capable. So it all goes back to building those skill sets, right? And you can design your character just like that. I want you to think of your life as a video game. Think about it as GTA, right? You have the ability to build your character however you want. If you want to be fat and lazy, you can choose to build your character that way, although I don't suggest it. If you want to be jacked and swole like The Rock, you have the ability to build your character like that. Eat a bunch of protein, take the supplements that you need to take, and stay in the weight room. You can build your character however you want to build it, but most people are playing the game on default. They're playing the game as if they just put the game in and let it run, and they just let their lives just pass them by, when all of us have cheat codes. All of us have cheat codes. You can play the game however you want, but you're choosing to play it exactly how the people at the top, the developers, have installed you with software, the news, the everything that a normal, everyday, average person does. That's the software. Okay, I'm gonna go to college, get into student loan debt. I'm gonna open up a bunch of credit cards. I'm gonna get a car loan. I'm gonna get a 9-to-5 that I'm gonna work for 30 years. I'm gonna open up my 401k. I'm gonna go get a mortgage. I'm gonna have 3 kids and a dog. That is the standard operating procedure. That is the standard programming for the video game of life. And you can choose to stay on that standard programming, or you can choose to use some cheat codes and hack the game, hack your life, decide exactly how you want your life to be. Where do you want to live? As an American citizen, most of my audience is American. With your passport, you can pretty much go to almost every country on the planet. Where do you want to live? What do you want to do with work? With your phone and a laptop, you can pretty much do anything that you could ever imagine for work. You're not tied down to one location anymore, right? What do you want to drive? What kind of woman do you want to be with? Do you want kids? Do you want to be a big, bad fighter? You can design your life in any which way you want it. If you start looking at it as not how do I find myself and how do I find my purpose, because you can't find it. You have to design it. So hopefully you guys got something out of this video. I'm excited to be doing more videos and more vlogs for you guys. If you're not following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram at Sean Jones Official, and I will see you in the next video.